90% living in Brazil, and many have turned out today to support their side. Uruguay and Japan have met relatively recently. Only in October they played out a 4-3 thriller, with Japan coming out on top. Let's have a look at the teams here. Uruguay first. Matias Vecino picked up a thigh injury in their opening group game, and the Inter Milan midfielder's out of the competition. He's replaced by Arsenal's Lucas Torreira tonight. Luis Suarez and Edison Cavani both scored against Ecuador in a 4-0 win, although the pick of the goals came from Seattle Sounders midfielder Nicolas Lodeiro. Quality through the group, including Christian Stuani on the bench, linked with Barcelona, scorer of 19 goals in La Liga this season. Well, Japan, interestingly, have essentially taken an under-23 group to this competition, with the Olympics on home soil in mind. There is some experience in there, though, including Shinji Okazaki, who starts today alongside Takefusa Kubo, who's just been signed by Real Madrid and is the most talked about young Japanese player right now. He wears number 21. The man in the middle is Andres Rojas of Colombia, who oversees matters tonight. And the standard of officiating and use of VAR technology has led to many talking points of this Copa America so far. Tonight, Diego Haro of Peru is across that. Well, you'll often see him with a walking stick, crutches, because Oscar Tabarez has a nerve-destroying disease, but he continues in his role as Uruguay head coach. Hajime Moriyasu, the Japanese manager, only took over back in July, and will also lead the under-23s at the Olympics in Tokyo in 2020, which is what the team selection has been made with in mind. There's no Shinji Kagawa, for example, or Genki Haraguchi. This is a new era of Japanese players. 7 of them made their international debuts in their group opener against Chile. Japan are competing in only their second Copa America. Their last one came 20 years ago, and they didn't win a game. So the country's looking for its first win in this competition. Uruguay are expected to get the victory here, though, and comfortably too. Okazaki, one of the veterans, one of the few veterans in the squad, 3 in total of the 23-man squad, much like the restrictions placed on teams competing at the Olympic Games. It's straight in there by Nakajima. So Japan in change colours tonight of all white, and Uruguay in their familiar sky blue. And that is just kept in. Well played there by Kaku Shibasaki. Luis Suarez has tried his luck here! Wow! Onto the roof of the net. That really was extraordinary. Referee just looking to slow things down for a moment. But what a start that would have been inside 60 seconds. And we'll get another look at that in a moment. Cáceres looking for it back again from Nandez, who's operating down the right-hand side of midfield today. Well, that really was remarkable from Luis Suarez. So Uruguay now with some sustained possession, and Luis Suarez clearly looks in the mood. Just about managed to hold on to it here. Japan. Mixed messages to the exact nature of their formation tonight. Jimmy Moriyasu has tinkered with a back three and a back four with the main group of senior players at international level. We were told a back three tonight for Japan. We'll see how this pans out in the opening moments of the game. That's really good work, and it's into the side netting, and a first sighter goal for Okazaki. Well, the Premier League winner with Leicester City got himself into a great area here, and he met the cutback but could only find the side netting. How about this from Luis Suarez? Dearie me, that nearly drops under the crossbar. And we have seen Luis Suarez score from near the halfway line before, I believe against Norwich City for Liverpool in the Premier League. But that would have been even better on the half turn and half volley. The chances at both ends as Shinji Okazaki into the team today as one of two changes comes exceptionally close. Here's Fernando Muslera, first choice goalkeeper for some time with Uruguay, was when they last won the Copa America 8 years ago. Suarez goes down, Mendes is onto it. On by Bentancur. And that's going to be a free kick for a trip on Okazaki, who's right in the mix of this game already. Put out of play by Diego Lux-Alt, who plays his football with AC Milan in Serie A. Here's Cavani. Can't find a teammate there, Edison Cavani. Okazaki slips. He'll give it straight back to Japan, although a little bit too urgent to move that on. Chased down by Luis Suarez. That's exciting running there from Nakayama, but he stopped in his tracks. Lovely close feet before eventually fouling. Nandez, who got in his way there. So like he did in the opening game, Shuya Nakajima is operating out on the left-hand side. 13 years in the job. But Tabares, unheard of really at international level these days. But such a respected coach who has consistently got Uruguay with a great group of players to World Cups and into the latter stages of World Cups. Torreira. Stands over it with that standout blonde haircut. And it comes good into there. Back out by Jimenez. Ladero. And it is eventually blocked by Hiroki Abe. Torreira gets it back from Cavani. Moving forward here. And a nice little drop of the shoulder. They have runners here, Japan. Flip back into the middle. What a great ball that was. And Shinji Okazaki has another opportunity. That was really well worked. Lovely little interchange here, rolled back into his path by Abe, but he couldn't guide that into the corner. They have an attacking threat about them for sure, Japan, despite the fact that Takefusa Kubo is only on the bench. We'd originally heard that he was going to be starting the game. Bentancur, Godin, Ladero, and eventually hat cleared by Ueda. Throw in, no, a foul impact against Diego Godin, it would appear. He's won 3 J-League titles as a manager, Hajime Moriyasu, but hasn't entirely convinced yet. It's early days in his reign, of course, as to whether he is the right man to lead Japan on a long-term basis. Tries to shut that one down. Unsuccessful. Nakajima. That is a high one, and Ladero's at the back post to nod it away. And back in it will come again towards Nakajima. Oh, this is promising from Japan. And Uruguay, I don't think we're expecting such an attacking attempt. Only managed 2 shots in their 4-0 loss to Chile. They've already had more than that so far here, and towards Okazaki. The connection wasn't a great one there from Sugioka, and they're really exposed to the back now as Cavani's on the run. Suarez with him. Cavani gets it back. Suarez and Ladero in the middle. Suarez! Straight to the goalkeeper. Great chance. Well, it's that trademark, fantastic link-up play between Cavani and Suarez, and Cavani put it right on the money for a strike partner to give Uruguay the lead. But encouraged by the start here from Japan. Foul on Lucas Torreira. So an opportunity for him tonight, with Matias Vecino out of the Copa America now. He came off with a thigh problem in the win over Ecuador. 4-0 the scoreline in the end. Foul on Bentancur. Went ahead through a lovely goal from Ladero in that 4-0 win over Ecuador 5 days ago now. Cavani and Suarez scored, but those goals coming before half-time. Ecuador already down to 10 men on 24 minutes. Quintero with an elbow on Ladero, who's still nursing a black eye after that one. And an own goal late in the game really wrapped up the scoreline for Uruguay. But they're playing with their pretty solid 4-4-2 shape. There are gaps the Japanese are finding. Well shut down as Nakajima tries to cut through. Yoshi, ambitious. Got himself into a decent position to shoot. Look how much space Edison Cavani had here. Uruguay on the break from that corner kick. Diego Godin playing the role of playmaker in the middle. And then Luis Suarez was there with the time to place it into the corner, but it's straight to the goalkeeper. Top scoring Uruguayan player in the history of the national team, Luis Suarez. And here's Jimenez. Vargas, who got a couple of goals. Chased down by Cavani. That's well inside by Hiroki Abe. A bit of space for Nakajima, but can't quite break through. It was such a threat when Uruguay moved the ball quickly. Luis Suarez, Cavani. Suarez blocked. Bentancur just tried to sweep it in first time. Into Itakura. Well, we're going to keep an eye on Itakura, the 22-year-old who's been playing at Groningen this season in the Eredivisie. He was actually signed by Manchester City back in January and immediately loaned out to Groningen on an 18-month loan deal. Jimenez wins the free kick after the challenge from Abe. Good in. Nicely weighted into Suarez. Torreira. Ladero. Cavani trying to get in the end of that. Junior gets a free kick there. I think he's rather fortunate. Now Hernandez of Boca Juniors was breathing down his neck. Just seemed to get himself into trouble there. Only one team that's won both their games so far, and that is Colombia. After their late win against the resolute Qatar last night. Done by Miyoshi. Okazaki in the middle. And a bit too much pressure put on Iwata, forcing him all the way back. They have made a number of changes to their starting 11 tonight, Japan, to mix things up. It's a foul by Bentancur on Nakajima. Really quick feet. Trio Nakajima is playing his football in Qatar for Al Duhail. Reported transfer fee around 35 million euros to take him out there, and looking to prove a point. He missed the Asian Cup through injury. Keep an eye on him wearing number 10 tonight. He looks lively, and he's over the free kick as well. It will be his delivery. Oh, he's got good pace on it in good direction, and it was nearly met by Ueda. Michi Ueda, the centre-back. The Cercle Bruges in Belgium knew where that ball was going. Good in. Nodded out for a throw into Uruguay. That's out to take. Suarez somehow keeps possession. Suarez out to Nandez. Montero was lurking. Laxalt, yeah, was caught there as he was trying to keep hold of the ball, the left back. Ladero. I don't know why Uruguay moved that so quickly. But here is Ladero. Oh, he's done well. Nandez will keep it alive. But Japan looked a little bit vulnerable from set pieces and crosses into the penalty area in their defeat to Chile the other night. And I was surprised that the Uruguay weren't a little bit more patient, looking to swing the ball into the area with the likes of Godin, Cavani and Jimenez, who can all score headed goals. They'll get an opportunity here as Nandez wins the corner. Torreira to swing it into the middle. 4 in the box, 5 now as it's headed away. Back in by Bentancur. Suarez onside. He is, and it will be a corner. We are not favourites to win the Copa America, said the Uruguay head coach in his pre-match press conference. Keen to downplay any expectation. Ladero, Jimenez, Suarez isn't going to get on the end of that. Laxalt was just on the back of his left thigh there. Quick feet, what a ball that was. Shibasaki has started a brilliant move here. Okazaki's lurking on the edge of the penalty area, but he isn't needed. What a wonderful goal from Miyoshi. Japan take a surprise lead against Uruguay at the Copa America. That was brilliant. What a cool finish. It was all about the initial work in the middle by Shibasaki to work it out to the right-hand side. Okazaki screaming for it on the edge of the area. He wasn't needed. And I wonder if Laxalt's injured. He couldn't quite keep up with his man. And it's rattled into the net. Miyoshi with a strike. Beats Muslera. And Japan, with this group of youngsters, take the lead against one of the favourites for this competition. Well, it's the first time in 5 games that Uruguay have conceded. Well, we did spot it. Laxalt was holding the back of his left leg as if he had a hamstring problem, and then he was squared up to by Miyoshi at just the wrong time. And sure enough, he was beaten. Surely the end of the game for the Milan player. Oh, and Godin's in trouble. Okazaki, was he caught there on the edge of the penalty area? Not given by Andres Rojas. Now, I think the VAR team will be looking at that in case it's a red card incident. Meanwhile, it's up towards Luis Suarez, who can't bring it under control. Well, great drama. We got a game now. And Japan deserve their lead. They have really taken it to Uruguay in quite an unexpected fashion. Springs back into the path of Nakajima. And they'll get a corner. Uruguay not at it at the moment. They have had a couple of notable chances. They'll fall into Luis Suarez. Oh, another problem now for Uruguay. And Lucas Torreira into the team tonight for the injured Matias Vecino. May have to come off himself. Now this is all going wrong for the 15-time South American champions. The referee not letting Torreira come back on yet. Meanwhile, they make the change here. Giovanni Gonzalez comes on, the player from Penarol, who can also play midfield and at right back. And I wonder if he's just going to fill in at left back here. Immediately in to help defend the corner. Here's Suarez. Foul. And that goes against Tomiyasu. Well, they look a little bit sluggish at the moment, Uruguay. Up towards Cavani. He's claiming he was caught. And he's made a lot of this, Cavani. And it's put out of play by Kawashima. Well, they look at every incident, and the video system referee, Diego Hara, will be having a look. Only thing, I think he just kicks the defender. Kicks the studs of Naomichi Ueda. And that would hurt. There's no way that's a penalty. Seen stranger decisions over this Copa America so far. And the delays have been long with the execution of the VAR at this competition. For me, there's not a lot to debate here. Wow, he's going to have a look. Let's remember the language, clear and obvious error. Okay, so Andres Rojas is going to have a look at it here. The defender puts his boot up to block the shot. The argument will be, would Cavani have made contact with the ball if the boot wasn't there? Oh, he's going to give it. Unbelievable. More VAR drama at the Copa America. And I don't think Japan can quite believe it. So it's a penalty to Uruguay. Make your own mind up. You could argue that Cavani kicks Ueda, who's trying to kick the ball. Well, VAR plays its part again. It's another controversial major VAR talking point from the 2019 Copa America. But it has gifted Uruguay a chance to get level. And stepping up to take the penalty is Luis Suarez. Comfortably converted, 1-1. There'll be much talk about the penalty award. Uruguay won't care one bit. They are level. Luis Suarez, scorer of 25 goals for Barcelona this season, has got his second goal at the Copa America 2019. He loves this competition. Scored 6 now in 8 games in this competition, going down the years. And there is the familiar celebration. So Uruguay 1, Japan 1. But the penalty award seemed harsh to me. Well, let's see how Japan respond here. They've been great. This group of youngsters thrown together, competing against one of the best teams in the world. Let's make no mistake, Uruguay are ranked 8th in the FIFA World Rankings. But I think they'll feel they've been cheated by that decision. Hernandez has kept that in. Luis Suarez won't get there. And it will go all the way back to the goalkeeper, Kawashima. Is an incident like that really what the VAR was brought in for? Well, I think that's the strangest one we've seen in terms of a penalty award. Japan have to get on with it now. There is no point dwelling on that. And you could see the resignation in Ueda's face after he was also shown a yellow card for it. Wow. Diego Godin. A couple of misplaced passes actually from the Uruguay captain so far. There is Nakajima, who's looked really lively. He's just come up against too many Uruguay players as he tried to cut inside. And it's picked up by Godin in the end. Dropped in by Luis Suarez. Cáceres has actually moved out to left back as part of the reshuffle following the injury to Laxalt. Cavani will have a belt here! Extraordinary effort from Cavani against the crossbar. Japan survive. Just about. Godin. Good game this now. Romero can't get that through. Well, sorry to see the ball go out of play, but it gives us a chance to review an extraordinary effort. Edison Cavani wrapping his left boot around that, and it nearly dipped underneath the crossbar. It crashed into it instead. And it may be early in the morning where you're watching in the world, but I wouldn't go anywhere. I think there's going to be more twists and turns in this one. It's on by Luis Suarez. Flipped out by Torreira. And foul against Ladero. And there was a handball given, I want to say in the Bolivia-Peru game, for a handball. A penalty kick was awarded via help from the video assistant referee when the ball was going to smack a guy in the face from a metre out, and he put his hand up to protect his face. And just doesn't feel like that's what handball was made for. It wasn't an unnatural body position, changing the silhouette and all these things you hear as well. But they're really going to have to review the use of it at this Copa America, how they've used it for this competition, because the decisions have been very inconsistent, and the penalty against Japan unbelievably harsh. Iwata. Itakura. Oh, it's brilliant. And did that get deflection? No, I think he's just miscued it that time. Into a decent area there, the goal scorer Miyoshi, whose goal, let's not forget, was wonderful. Ladero drops into Cavani on the turn. Still wriggling free, and the deflection nearly, cruelly took it into the net. Just looped up onto the roof of the goal. Ladero in, poor delivery, but Jimenez will benefit. Well held by Kawashima, the veteran goalkeeper. Put forward into the channel. It will be chased down by Hiroki Abe, who only made his international debut against Chile as a substitute the other day, so it's his first start for the national team tonight, wearing number 20. Nice build up here. Nakajima can't get through. Ladero, that's cut out as well. Bentancur in the way, and it will be gathered by Nicolas Ladero. Cavani. A bit lucky with some of these careless moments as well, Uruguay. Ladero has kept the two-time World Cup winners in possession. They've won the Copa America 4 times in the Copa America era. They have been South American champions many more times, Uruguay. Kasper is now playing a left back. Had a loan back at Juventus this season when they were a little short of defenders. Was left the club previously and had that ill-fated spell at Southampton, but he was at Lazio and loaned back to Juve for the second half of last season to give them options at the back, and still a vital player for Uruguay, 2011 Copa America winner. Oh, but they've lost it near their own penalty area here with Okazaki pouncing. But we're seeing some of that tireless play we saw from him in Leicester City's title-winning season. He's not a prolific striker, but he can put tremendous pressure on back lines, and he works so hard. And out of nothing, he's earned a corner for Japan as we approach half-time. Shuya Nakajima, his deliveries so far have been spot on. He has 5 options in the box, and that's a good deep one as well, but Jimenez is there. Swept back towards goal, but nothing to concern the Galatasaray goalkeeper, Fernando Muslera. Well, they should have more to cheer about, really, the Japanese supporters in attendance tonight in Porto Alegre. Muslera thumps it long up towards Cavani. Suarez was offside, but Mendes will retrieve it. Deflection on that actually made it easier for Kawashima. Going into this, Uruguay had won 4 in a row without conceding. Well, they did have a very unusual spell in October, November, where they lost 4 friendlies in a row, granted against some very tough opposition in South Korea, Japan being one of them, 4-3, Brazil and France. But the Ecuador game, which they won 4-0, was their first competitive fixture since their exit of the World Cup in Russia, which has, of course, been the case for many of the South American teams. And they only played friendlies since July of last year. World Cup Qualifying has not begun yet for 2022. And we do have another Copa America next year. They've managed to squeeze one in due to the shift from odd years to even years. It'll be split between Colombia and Argentina for Copa America 2020. Cavani does well. Mendes nearly pounces onto that loose ball, but it's swept away by Itakura. Nakajima, just too many blue shirts around him. That looked fine to me. Cavani.
Hôm nay tao sẽ bao tất cả cái quán này. Dạ vâng ạ. Mày sập cửa quán này cho tao nhá. Trong bất phúc, ngoại bất nhập. Hôm nay tao sẽ đập phá một trận bét thằng này nhà luôn. Tao cũng sắp đâu. Anh nhá. Oppa Gangnam Style.
unusual national team squad members, all thrown together, many making their debuts against Chile the other day. They made a number of changes to the 11, and they look fresh and inventive, and of course, Uruguay problems. Japan currently ranked 28th in the world, by the way, behind the likes of Northern Ireland, Tunisia and Peru, just above the United States and Republic of Ireland. Uruguay in 8th in the world rankings, above Germany, Argentina, Italy, the Netherlands, only behind Brazil in terms of South American teams. And it's one of the reasons they were in the top pot when the seeding for the draw was made. Mistake by Diego Godin. Arbe, what a sliding tackle from Jimenez, that was excellent. Well, they needed that because they were in all sorts of trouble, and Diego Godin's actually looked off the pace a little bit. Miyoshi tries to take on Jimenez, who wins battle number 2 and gives the ball away. He'll try and fix it himself. Shibasaki, Nakajima. Oh wow, what a trick! Goes down in the penalty area and felt he was caught. I wonder if the referee will just halt the goal kick here. Wow, where did that come from? Well, you know what? There's a case there. That angle not as flattering, in fact, to the turn for Nakajima. Well, he's having it. The penalty for Uruguay in the first half was one of the softest I've seen. And this is where the Uruguay supporters start to get a little bit nervous. No, there we go, on we go. Great turn though, love that from Nakajima. I don't think anyone was expecting that. Pirouette in the corner of the box. Here we go, Bentancur of Juventus helping him up to his feet. Tavares has that chair outside the dugout. Jimmy Moriyasu been relatively calm on the touchline. He said about the squad election for this competition, because back in December, the plan was for Japan to send a full-strength squad to this competition. But he will be the head coach of the under-23s at the Olympics next year. And he said, I wanted the young players to grow ahead of that competition by competing at the Copa America. He says, we're looking for gold at the Olympics, and I think the players must be able to succeed at the senior national team level in order to achieve that. And of course, Japan competing in the football edition of the Olympics next year, because they are the host nation, Tokyo hosting the games. Bentancur's won that back. Nandez, Ladero, Suarez! Volleyed opportunities for the two strikers in the Uruguay team tonight. And Luis Suarez slightly sliced that one. Fortuitous how that popped up into his path with the time and space. There's Okazaki for Japan. It's away by Godin. Luis Suarez, by the way, is now on 58 national team goals. He's about 11 ahead of Cavani. Oh, it's been allowed to drop. Tajima sensed there was trouble. Japan made 5 changes in total, 6 in fact, including the goalkeeper. And it really has paid off for them. No way through for Mayoshi. Scored the opening goal. A moment of frustration there for Suarez. Torreira. Oh, and Bentancur's managed to circumnavigate trouble. Back by Godin. Let's build up, play this again. Mayoshi, he was caught. A free kick to Japan. Are they going to try and clip this into the penalty area? It doesn't really look like it here. It's just dropped into the path of Itakura. Well won. Nandez. Not happening for him this time. Nandez is a key player for Uruguay at the World Cup. Balsama has been linked with a move to England, most notably Leeds United, and linking up with Bielsa, who he's reportedly a big fan of, and also with Leicester City. Chance here. Miyoshi, that's a good ball. But Jimenez and Torreira doubled up on Okazaki that time, leaving Leicester City. Shinji Okazaki, will be interested to see where he ends up next. Gonzalez finds Cavani. Gives it away, Cavani. Oh, what a ball! Miyoshi's in again. Will he get his shot away? He had the chance, I think, earlier. Wow, Japan causing problems again. And there's something a little slack about the way Uruguay are playing. But Suarez has played in Cavani. Surely for Uruguay. Good save by Kawashima. Brilliant drama here. Iwata swept it away in the end. Uruguay come again. Game looks stretched at both ends. As Ayoshi had the chance to score a second in this match. I'm surprised he didn't just shoot. They're fairly unlike Uruguay the way they've played at times. They know what they are. They're defensively solid. They have that quality at the front two. Two banks of four that you have to try and break down. They've gifted Japan possession time and time again, and they've done it again. Abe unsure exactly what to do with the ball. Shibasaki's on the scene. Here he is again, with that sublime assist for the opening goal. Can't find his man. Jimenez is across. Perfectly weighted. You have to say that about the pass from Luis Suarez. And Cavani, a tireless runner, was unable to bury that. Just shoot there. The touch, he tried to cut inside Ayoshi, but Godin's too good for that. Here he is again. Okazaki, wonderful turn. Saying about the shot, he's claiming it's a corner. He's in the market for a new club. He's really impressing tonight against two of the best centre-backs around. With such tidy feet. He had Godin in a world of trouble. 114 appearances for Leicester City over his 4 years at the club. There is a new younger group under Brendan Rodgers coming through at Leicester. Actually only scored 19 goals in all competitions for Leicester over his 4 years there, but some big ones. A brilliant partner for Jamie Vardy in some of their decisive moments in the Premier League title race in 2015-16. We know the drill here. Clip to the back post, see if one of the centre-backs will get it. Oh, it's actually into Suarez. They will stay in, and Fernando Muslera's there. Push from the goalkeeper. Suarez. Nandez. Cavani's in the middle. He's done well. Suarez. Torreira. Suarez, they've somehow kept it alive here. Ladero was almost onto it. Ayoshi. And he did get past one man, and he somehow wriggled through. Abe on. Three in the box now, including Okazaki. Spilled by Muslera. He scored again. What a night for Koji Miyoshi. Japan lead for a second time. Incredible. A mistake by Fernando Muslera. He spilt it straight into the path of the man making his first start for the national team. This had been coming. Japan have been fashioning opportunities. Goalkeeper has to do better. There's no way that should be palmed straight into the path. Arasieta is there too. Montero towards Caceres. Nakajima muscled out of it. Too many players in blue around him. Suarez, good strike, good save. It was down the throat of Kawashima. But Japan are going to have to fight for this now. And Luis Suarez has had a few sights of goal from open play. You suspect he'll take one of them eventually. Godin's up, can't reach it. Well, they need to keep their cool actually here because it's too early for that. Well, they don't have the experience at this level. Many of these Japanese international players. Can Uruguay exploit that? Luis Suarez will feel he can. Corner. Well blocked by Ueda, who hasn't let the penalty award against him phase him too much here. Montero. Arasieta back in. Oh, it's been missed. Suarez. Godin. Suarez was in there too. Well hung up by Luis Suarez, just inviting someone to meet that, and it was Godin who got the final touch. Look at that flick up. The technique from Suarez is outrageous. Free kick goes against Itakura. All Uruguay now at the moment. Back by Caceres, Ladero, Bentancur. Eventually worked out of his feet by the Juventus midfielder. Played 40 times this season for Juve. But he does look settled in Turin now. Fizz on that pass, and he'll get it back again. And these little decisions going against Japan. You can see the remnants of the black eye that Nicolas Ladero picked up after he was caught by the elbow. Quintero in that game the other day. Change coming up here as Ueda is preparing to come on. And towards Cavani. Japan actually lost their cool after going ahead, and the magnitude of the situation they were in suddenly seemed to phase them. They couldn't string together two passes, and Uruguay took advantage. Here's the change now. As Hiroki Abe, he's been relatively quiet in the second half, is replaced by Ayashi Ueda, who had a bad miss in the defeat to Chile. He's only 20 years of age, the striker. But he's on now. And straight up towards him. Okazaki. Ayoshi, too powerful there, Bentancur. And he asked Luis Suarez to give chase. There's the goal scorer, Jimenez, forward. Lotero. Cavani. Quality. Gonzalez around the corner. They'll keep going here. Carrera, good composure. Suarez and Cavani are both in the middle, and it's headed away by Itakura. Lotero. Cavani uses his strength. Oh, and a good save from the goalkeeper. Cáceres just wide in the end. Well, frantic moments there. Kawashima doing very well, because he was alive to it. Could have been too distracted by the madness with Cavani on the floor. Then players in blue were streaming in to try and beat him. It was a good initial stop from the veteran goalkeeper. They're racking them up, but it's all square at the moment. Tomoki Iwata from Nagero with great ease and able to drift in fields. Ayoshi, the option. Okazaki, look, flick on. Nearly met by one of his teammates. But Torreira powers through. It's good work from the Arsenal midfielder. He has spoken about the fact that he isn't entirely happy in England. Cavani, too much on that for Suarez. There have been rumours that Torreira may want to return to Italy, linked with AC Milan. Was picked up from Sampdoria last summer. Impressive at the World Cup as well for Uruguay. Kojima. Shibasaki. Kojima suddenly realised that one of the best strikers in the world was breathing down his neck. But bizarrely, they've conceded and Japan look in the game again. Four-time Asian Cup winners, the Japanese national team, beaten by Qatar in the 2019 final. And of course, Qatar, the other team competing at this Copa America, they had looked at making it a 16-team edition, but there weren't enough really available teams from federations to compete. There's no tournament in Asia this summer, so that's why Qatar and Japan have been invited to make up the 12 teams. There are 3 groups of 4. Itakura. Iwata. Uruguay backed off for the moment. Shibasaki. Nakajima. Trying to work that little 1-2, but Bentancur intercepts that pass. Groans there because not exactly what he was trying to do. Campbell, Jimenez. Another change coming up, and Valverde of Real Madrid is next up off the bench. It was rumoured he was going to start, in fact, due to the injury to Vecino, the box-to-box midfield player who made 25 appearances for Real Madrid this season. Torreira selected ahead of him, and we'll see exactly who will make way for Federico Valverde. And Ladera is the player coming off. Hasn't really been able to influence it today. So he's more of a central midfield player than Ladera, who's operating out on the left wing. We'll see exactly how this is going to work out tactically after the set piece from a Uruguay point of view. Free kick wasn't too far away. Had Muslera mildly concerned. And if Koji Miyoshi hadn't scored 2 goals here, I think Shoya Nakajima would be pushing for man of the match. He's been excellent, and set piece wasn't too far away. Torreira. Cody. Muslera, champion with Galatasaray this season in Turkey. Papali. Gonzalez. This was trying to get on the end of that pass from Arasayeta. It does look like Valverde's operating out on the left. Good leap from the substitute, Maeda. Goody. It's another free kick decision against Ko Itakura. He's making his senior international debut tonight. He's not one of those who played against Chile the other day. Thought he'd open up the play there, but Nakajima's in possession. He's the danger man at the moment. But taking on 3 Uruguay defenders is a touch ambitious. Cavani. Torreira. Cavani. Kicked away by Japan. Torreira. Beat Panama in a friendly this month as well by 3-0. Maxi Gomez amongst the scorers in that game for Uruguay, along with Luis Suarez and Valverde, who's just come on. Down by Cavani. Played in towards Suarez. Nakajima really came away with that. We'll get a yellow card. I feel it was perhaps worth the risk. So the second Japanese player into book tonight. If he'd won it there, they would have been in a good situation to break forward, but he showed his studs and definitely caught the Atletico centre-back. Godin. Really powered in ahead from the edge of the penalty area, Diego Godin. Most caps player in Uruguay history. Rueda. A foul by Torreira. Well, Sugioka was unsure whether to attack the ball there as Gonzalez comes away with it. There's something going to win this one. Beautifully balanced into the final moments of the game. Bentancur. Sorota has done well. Valverde, Suarez, Mortisi. Suarez is the option. And onto the crossbar by Luis Suarez. Well, it's not the first time that Uruguay have hit the frame of the goal. But it's another chance. Valverde. Great header from Suarez. We'll get a look at that in a moment. Godin. On the way back to Godin again. Cavani can't nod it down for Luis Suarez, and Kawashima can gather. Nakajima, he is springing away from tackles once again. Yeah. Nakajima, ball of energy, nearly works it back to his teammate. Shut down by Uruguay. Suarez just breaks through the middle. There's a defender to sweep up. Godin not afraid to step out. Nakajima must be exhausted. Here he goes again. It's a great ball, but Okazaki, just the presence of Jose Maria Jimenez forced him into the air run. It's 7 times previously, these two nations, all in friendlies. So Never meeting in competitive football, never played each other at the World Cup. And didn't meet crucially at the 1999 Copa America, Japan's only previous appearance in this competition. Godin. Iwata. Slipped into Suarez. Able to hold that up, Suarez. Valverde. A risky little pass, that one out to Sugioka. Luis Suarez doesn't look like a player who had knee surgery just 5 weeks ago. Went under the knife on May the 9th. So 6 weeks ago now, 5 weeks from the start of the campaign. Here's a change now as the much talked about Takefusa Kubo comes on for Miyoshi, who scored both the goals. And Kubo has just been signed by Real Madrid. He'll play under Raul Gonzalez, who's the new head coach of Real Madrid Castilla, the youth team. But he was formerly on the books of Barcelona. So a very highly thought of player. Had to leave Barca due to their FIFA troubles with regards to recruiting young players. Went back to Japan. Was on the youth books at FC Tokyo before signing for Real Madrid. But the troubles at the other end here. A foul on Suarez. That's been given. Good area. And I think Suarez may fancy his chances himself here with this one. Wasn't sure if Shibasaki actually got a touch on the ball there as well as catching Suarez. And Cavani's over at 2. I've already seen him belt one against the crossbar from 25 yards. He gets things back underway. Suarez, oh what a take. Still fighting for it here, Suarez. It was a half-hearted penalty appeal from Uruguay. Kubo, what combination play here. Here's Ueda, has come away with it. But Godin is on the scene. It's more like it from Diego Godin. Hasn't had his best game. Cavani. Valverde. Bentancur. Moved out by Torreira. Next up for Japan then in their final game, they'll play Ecuador. And a reminder, the 2020 Olympics taking place in late July, early August next year. That's when this group of players will regroup. Some of them will be in contention now for the regular senior national team. play defending, although then loose from Itakura. Suarez. And Nakajima, very smart, been waiting for that challenge to come in. Uruguay, meanwhile, will play Chile at the Maracanã. It's where Uruguay won the 1950 World Cup final against Brazil. Another change for Japan, as they bring on the central defender Yugo Tatsuta. And it is his international debut here as Japan try and see this one out. Happy with the draw. They've got the steel and mindset to see it out. Free kick Uruguay. One more rolls of the dice for Uruguay. They've used all their subs. Bringing on Arrascaeta, Gonzalez and Valverde. Here he is. Not a great ball from the Real Madrid man, but he'll get a throw in off Nakajima. In towards Suarez, over the head of Cavani. Valverde. And a goal for Uruguay, and they'd be heading to the quarter-finals. It was always going to be the case, really. Iwata, the player to make way. Swept in. Oh, acrobatic with Cáceres. Oh, and I think he was actually stood on there. Eventually over from Luis Suarez, who picked up the ball on the edge of the penalty area. This would have been spectacular. And then Luis Suarez not getting the desired connection clearly. He was just slightly caught by Tatsuta on the ground there, Cáceres, but I think he's okay. And all these results in other groups do affect the battle for the two best third-place teams at the Copa America. Let's not forget that. Of course, the two group winners in each section go through to the quarter-finals, and the two best third-place teams. It's a big tackle that will result in a goal kick. It does not go the way of Shibasaki. Muslera pumps it long. Suarez looking leggy now, but still fighting for every ball. Trademark Luis Suarez just gliding away from players, and he's still fighting for it. Bentancur. Relentless pressure here. Torreira. Well dealt with. And eventually into Yamashima, who knows to eat away a few more seconds of play. He's been at 3 World Cups for Japan, 5 additional minutes. High by Godin. Cavani. It's the ball from Arrascaeta. Has it again. Flamengo trying to find an angle to cross, but wasn't available for him. Valverde. Suarez. Appealing for handball, but not given, and it was outside the area anyway, so no VAR review for that. Been a very entertaining game, controversial moments. brilliant ones too. Not quite one pipe. Let's see Ueda. Really, no matter what happens, it's a night that belongs to the 22-year-old Koji Miyoshi, making only his second appearance with the national team, his first start. He scored 2 goals against Uruguay in this game. Free kick to Uruguay. How many times do we see Luis Suarez do this in the Premier League with Liverpool? Just glide through opposition players. But Nakajima's been outstanding. We're in number 10 for Japan. And maybe the game here over for Itakura after the awkward landing. This would be a good result for him as he tries to win over supporters as the relatively new head coach of the Japanese national team, taking over in July of last year, replacing Akira Nishino. But they're just being extra cautious here with Itakura. Being told he has to get off the pitch. The central defender. We'll have that time added on. Maybe another 90 seconds after the 5 minutes are up, maybe another 2 minutes. Drop back by Shibasaki. Tomiyasu forward. So flag is up. Uruguay had the ball anyway. As they're up, will go long. Valverde, Godin. Cavani. Valverde. Last chance perhaps is in towards Cavani. This has been extended to 6 minutes of added time after the injury. They've been gifted a chance to work it into the box here, Uruguay. Many neutrals in the stands. Many I'm sure will be rooting for Japan, but there is a strong Uruguayan contingent trying to drive them on to a late winner. They did it at the World Cup, let's not forget. The Egypt game in particular springs to mind. This is it surely for Uruguay. Headed over by Jimenez into the gloves of Kawashima. And he isn't to get his second goal. But for this young group of Japanese players, what a result, brilliant performance. They twice led this game with their star player on the night, Koji Miyoshi, who got both goals in his first ever start for Japan, but Uruguay paid them back twice. The controversial penalty scored by Luis Suarez.
We do things a little differently here at the AA. Our cutting-edge technology